I'm Shaman, and this is Yolanda, and we are partners in life and in business.
We are.
Here at Harper Therapy. And this month, we're talking about relationships.
Yes, we are. What is funny about that?
I don't know, you kind of gave me a look like, yes, we are.
No, we are. It is one of our specialties here.
Yes, we really focus on couples and couples work at Harper Therapy.
Yeah, and we do so from specific training. I think that's important to kind of say from the get-go.
Yeah.
A lot of places offer couples therapy. Not every place offers couples therapy with training and a framework for support in it, because it is a specialized kind of thing.
It's complex work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like all of a sudden you have two people and two agendas, and how do you manage that as a therapist, and how do you manage that as a couple as you're hearing things that aren't part of your agenda, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think, one of the first things to highlight is the fact that couples oftentimes wait a long time.
Yeah, so on average, I was Googling this. On average, couples wait at least...
Okay, you just asked me?
What's that? Why did I just ask you? I guess I could have. But on average, couples wait at least 6 years. Mm-hmm. So if that's the average, then there's shorter ones, and there's exponentially longer, right, to get to 6. 6 years before they decide to get professional help. That they kind of get to the point where they're like, this is beyond us.
6 years of struggle, 6 additional years of hurt.
Right.
And yeah, it's a long time.
Right. And I think a lot could be said for what if you cut out that 6 years and you decided maybe we could get some help earlier.
Yeah.
And what that could look like for your relationship, for your family, for your sanity. And I think there's a lot of reasons why people wait so long. People put it lower on the priority because of all the things.
Well, life is busy and hard and complex, and who has time to sit and work through problems, and who wants to actually sit and face problems? Many people don't want to do that. And there's a lot going on in the world, and prioritizing therapy can be a challenge.
Right. On the other end, prioritizing therapy for your relationship can probably be one of the most important things you could do.
I would agree. I tend to be biased, but I do agree with that.
I mean, it makes life.
Oh, yeah. There are other statistics that show having a healthy romantic relationship is really beneficial, like across the board for people, with your health, with your mental health, like all these things. Having a healthy relationship.
Right.
Really, as human beings, we're meant to be in relationship. So, but we're not taught how to do that in a healthy way.
Absolutely. And I think our society doesn't lend itself to it well either. Like, we have a society that is getting better about mental health.
It is.
But it still has a lot of stigma about mental health.
Yeah.
And in a weird way, it has even more stigma about, like, we think as couples, and I think society's given us this message that we should be able to fix this ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
That we don't need help.
Yeah. Or if we do need help, then then I'm not with the right person. I'm not with the right partner.
It must not be true love, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so many times that I have conversations with couples, and what I hear back is, oh, we're not the only ones.
Right.
No.
I would say a lot.
Yeah. We're not taught how to be relational in this society. So, a lot of us come from homes where we didn't see a healthy relationship. So where were we supposed to learn that?
Right.
And so to think that there's somehow some way that we could figure out how to fix our relationship on our own, that's a big undertaking.
It is. And there's so much behind getting help earlier You know, all the things you just said a minute ago about having, you know, a more stable structure in life around you and your family and your mental health. And it's so much easier to do couples work with people that are doing it proactively.
Yeah. As if we live in a society that does anything proactively.
Right.
That's a lovely idea.
Right.
Yes, it is much like the heavy lifting when you're working on your relationship proactively, when there's not as much repair work to be done, when there's not as much pain and hurt. You know, definitely the couples who come in on the front end and say the relationship is pretty solid, we want to keep it that way. Right. That is the most beautiful.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, we'll go into it later in the series about this, but like what are some of the things it can do, you know, getting help earlier for your relationship than later. But yeah, I mean, it can, just to kind of get over it, it can save money, it can save time, it can save frustration, it can really help with the rest of your mental health and your family structure.
Right.
And it's amazing how much we allow this to just proliferate, you know?
Yeah. It is, and until unfortunately it comes to a crisis point. That's when all of a sudden, we'll turn our attention to it, and the work is often much harder at that point. And you know, I would say that even with couples who have been married for a long time and come to a point in their relationship where there's some kind of crisis, or, you know, a recognition that maybe things weren't as good as they thought,
or a big transition,
kids
leaving the
life.
house, something, right.
Even that is a space where couples are like, yeah, but it's been, you know, it was such a good relationship, and you don't have to wait another 6 years of it being bad to get the help that you need, just because it was good before. Like that's part of relationship. Relationship is harmony, disharmony, repair. That's
and that's beautiful what you just said. Harmony, disharmony, repair, and that's part of the whole protocol that we work from, the modality that we work from here, because we want to go from like disharmony to harmony, or harmony, disharmony, back to harmony. And we don't really want to think about what is repair.
Our society doesn't do repair. We do harmony, we do disharmony, we do harmony, disharmony, back to harmony. And a lot of like bypassing the repair or sweeping it under the rug. And a lot of times that's what we're addressing, because we simply don't have that tool. So yeah, absolutely. That's a big part of what we do.
So we work with couples here at Harper Therapy.
We do.
And if your relationship needs some support, you can give us a call at 813-434-3639. Thanks.